Okay, guys, looking for cheap housing in South Florida? Well, I found some. Located in the town of Okeechobee, Florida. Okeechobee is a small town in South Central Florida, about an hour away from the Atlantic Ocean, depending on where you're located on the township border, and an hour or so away from the west coast of Florida if that's where you desired. So, the town of Okeechobee is located about 2 hours south of Orlando and about 2 to 2.5 hours north of Miami. Let's zoom in so you get perspective on this town. First, Okeechobee is a lake. Lake Okeechobee is one of the biggest freshwater lakes in the United States of America. In the early 1900s, Lake Okeechobee flooded during a hurricane and killed 3,000 people. This was actually the most devastating hurricane in Florida history. And after that hurricane, the government, the United States Army Corps of Engineers, built a man made dam around the lake to prevent flooding to that nature again. I would recommend you avoid the southern towns on Lake Okeechobee. They're very rural and higher poverty. But Okeechobee itself, the township of Okeechobee, is located on the northern section of the lake, and it has a hospital, it has a Walmart, it has supermarkets, it has some car dealerships. So it's a basic town. It's a simple town, respectable. People are nice. There's like almost a southern charm. In South Florida, it's a melting pot, and there's not that southern charm feel. In Okeechobee, you'll get that southern country charm. Uh, so let's take a look, okay, at two properties that I think are somewhat desirable. I like to spend more time around the Atlantic Ocean, the east coast of Florida. So I look more on the eastern section of the township limits because I want to be closer to the Atlantic Ocean. So your preferences may be different. But these red dots represent the properties for sale in Okeechobee, Florida. Let's take a look. So we have two properties that I've selected. One is a mobile home with no HOA under 100,000. The other is a mobile home under 50,000. That's very cheap, but it's in a 55 and older community. So let's look at the cheaper one first and give you two options for cheap housing in South Florida. So first is here's a property listed at $45,000. I mean, that's amazingly cheap in uh, a time in history where we have the most expensive house prices ever. Now, again, this is in a 55 and older community, but make a mental note that there is a law in Florida that 20% of the community in a 55 and older community can own without being age 55 and older. But they need HOA approval, and not all HOAs really allow that or really accept that. So just make a mental note that you're not necessarily ruled out if you're under the age of 55 and you want to buy in one of these communities, but you definitely need to speak to the HOA representation. So let's take a look here. Here's a property again that you can have a carport where you can park your vehicle under the carport. You see this guy's pickup truck. So that keeps you away from rain and things like that when you're getting out of your vehicle. Look at the kitchen. Look at the beautiful, well-maintained, presentable kitchen. Okay, very nice decor, very clean, simple. Love the color scheme. This is a very inviting kitchen. It's not just a regular, ugly mobile home. This is a nice, fun, exciting unit. When you look in this kitchen, there's an excitement, in my opinion. There's an inspiration. And under 50,000, that's inspiring. Nice seating area, nice recliners, all included in this price. Open living room with a slider so you can get fresh air, watch TV. There's no signs of any type of damage to the roof or leaks. Of course, you'd have to do an inspection, but we're just looking at the pictures here to get a general idea. Open floor layout. Nice one bathroom unit with a shower. Very clean, okay? Well maintained. And this is something, look at the bedroom, very nice. You got a slider for a closet. You have a nice cozy bed set up. So this is something, okay, if you're on a fixed budget, if you're on Social Security, disability, look at this outside seating area that they enclosed right outside the mobile home. where you get fresh air. You can sit outside, you can read, you can watch your laptop. This is very inspiring. You got a little shed back there. Again, here's your screen room. They call it a Florida room. Got some palm trees right on your property. So to me, under 50,000, here you go. This is in a community called Ancient Oaks, gated community, okay, in the southern part of Okeechobee Township. And to me, this has a lot to offer. So I would seriously take a look at this. And I think that that's a great option for a cheap house, 1 bedroom, 1 bath for a retiree, someone living a simple life, or whatever it may be. Here's a mobile home we're going to look next for $99,000, under $100,000, no HOA, handicap accessible. It's only about an hour away from the West Palm Beach Airport. So this would be desirable for a commuter if you're commuting into Palm Beach County. You have a carport. You can park your RV there. There's no HOA. Park your vehicle. You have some property, but you are somewhat close to your neighbors. You have, again, this carport area here, like a little screen room. Older decor in this one, but open layout with a few rooms. Here you can kind of have a family in here, okay? You got a lot more room. Bigger kitchen, bigger living room. You can turn some of these rooms into extra bedrooms. Bathroom. Handicap accessible shower. So this would be more towards a family that kind of wants to engineer a way to make more bedrooms and, you know, kind of like live a non-HOA life. Maybe you got dogs. Maybe you don't like rules. Okay. So under 100,000, you're an hour away from West Palm Beach Airport and you have your own piece of land. I think this is an option. Okay. So all we're talking about here are cheaper options to live in a time in history where house prices are at an all-time high. So there's many other properties in Lake Okeechobee. I recommend you do a search. I'm sharing my screen on the Realtor.com phone app. So I'm sharing my screen to give you information, inspiration on cheaper houses in South Florida. One under 50,000, one under 100,000. There's plenty of more. Look at all these red dots. Keep an eye out for new listings that come up in Okeechobee, where if you're willing to live an hour away from the coast, if this fits your lifestyle, if you drive in Okeechobee and you accept and deal that it's a small country town, it's not a major metropolitan area, it doesn't have major metropolitan shopping, but if you're looking for simple housing, cheap housing, and only an hour away from the beach, Okeechobee may be a possibility for you. So please let me know your comments below if you ever been to Okeechobee, if you like the two options we looked at. If you want more videos, recommend a town you want to look at as I do these screen share videos of cheap housing or somewhat affordable housing in Florida. I have a passion from Florida. I moved from New Jersey to Florida to be outdoors more, to be in a tropical environment. And Okeechobee, even though it's not by the coast, it's not necessarily next to Miami, it still has a tropical vibe because it's in the southern section of Florida. Leave a comment below. I thank you for watching. Share the video. Click that blue join button. You want to support the channel. Thank you to all my members. Thank you to watching. I'll see you in the next video.